If you've got that annoying pain in your butt right about here, and you have a job that requires long periods of standing, you're about to finally feel better. Standing for hours, like stylists, nurses, and trainers, often fatigues your glutes and also your deep stabilizers. And when those shut down, the piriformis takes over to hold your pelvis steady. That can compress the sciatic nerve and cause that deep pain in either your butt or your outer hip. Now let's restore hip alignment, rebuild the glutes' stabilizing role, and teach your body to stand pain-free. We're gonna first decompress the hip capsule. And this is gonna tell that piriformis to relax before we strengthen it. You're gonna get into a half kneeling position. You wanna anchor the band so that it matches up with the crease of your hips right here, so where your hip flexors are. You want that to be in a straight line. Now, whichever side is bothering you, you're gonna put that leg into the band. You're gonna make sure that it's all the way up in the crease here. Now you're gonna take this leg and make sure that your foot is flat on the floor. Tuck your pelvis slightly and then lean forward. You're gonna hold this position for about 5 seconds and then you're gonna come back in. For this one, you're gonna do 3 sets of 5 reps with that 5-second hold. This restores hip joint centration and also offloads the piriformis and resets pelvic alignment. So you have less pinching when you stand and when you shift from one leg to the next. This next exercise focuses on rebuilding the glute medius in addition to the core so that your piriformis no longer needs to stabilize the pelvis. For this exercise, you want to lay about 4 to 6 inches away from a wall. You also want to be lying on whatever side is bothering you. So if your left side is bothering you, then you lay on your left side. When you come down on your side, make sure that your head is supported with your arm here. Now you want to make sure you're not rolling in. You want to truly be on your side. Your knees should be slightly bent. Your ribs and your hips should be stacked in an even line. So in this position, you're gonna allow the top leg to straighten slightly, just don't force it. So it should have just a slight and natural bend. Now you're gonna place your heel on the wall with your toes pointed down. Your foot should be about a fraction behind your body. You're gonna hold this for about 3 seconds, only pressing the heel into about 40% effort. You're not gonna be going super hard here. And then you're gonna come back down. You should primarily feel this right here in this top glute. Also, another key here is that that bottom leg should be completely relaxed. You're gonna do 8 to 10 of these on just this one side. This exercise re-engages the lateral stabilizers that holds the pelvis upright so that the piriformis can actually relax. This gives you better single leg balance and less ache when you have to stand for long periods of time. This next exercise is gonna integrate the lower abs and the glutes so that your posture stays neutral instead of arching your lower back. For this exercise, you're gonna need a light to medium resistance band. You're going to be lying down, so you want the band anchored to where it's going to be overhead. Make sure that your lower back is touching the floor. Now grab both ends of the band. Also make sure that your elbows are not locked. You want them slightly soft. Now bring both legs up in a tabletop position. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, bring the bands down to your thighs. Hold this position and then alternate and bring one heel to the floor without lifting up your lower back. You're gonna alternate between both legs for 1 rep, and then you're gonna bring the band back up. With each set, you're gonna breathe in and exhale, bringing the bands down, and do the same thing, alternating between each leg. Do 2 to 3 sets of 6 to 8 reps per side. This builds front to back core balance, prevents an anterior pelvic tilt and lumbar compression. It helps with an upright posture, and it even reduces lower back fatigue when you're standing. Now we're gonna work on the glutes to drive hip extension instead of your piriformis or your lower back. For this exercise, you wanna work both sides, but you wanna start on the side where you're feeling that glute pain first. So your feet are gonna be hip width apart. If this glute is hurting, then you work this leg first. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a half a stride step back. For this exercise, since we're working this leg, 70% or more of the weight is gonna be on this leg. Also, you wanna make sure that your back is straight. You don't wanna excessively arch your back, and you don't wanna hunch. Now you're gonna hinge at the hips and push your butt back, keeping your back straight. You're gonna come down to where your torso is parallel to the floor, or as far as you can go to where you're keeping your back straight. And then you're gonna squeeze this glute and come up with a controlled movement. You're gonna do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps per side, working the irritated side first. This exercise restores posterior chain dominance, which reduces piriformis compensation. It helps with standing, bending, and also lifting. Now we're gonna do a frontal plane control drill. This is gonna build real-world stability for long hours on your feet. Step up on a short box, and if you're just beginning, I'm gonna show you another way to do this. You're gonna be standing on the edge of the box. This is gonna be the working leg. Then you're gonna make sure that your shoulders are back and down and your back is straight. Make sure that everything is aligned, also that your ribs and your hips are stacked. Now you're gonna hinge forward slightly, keeping the back straight. You're gonna shift the weight over to the working leg, this leg right here. And then in a slow and controlled manner, without allowing your knees to cave in, you're gonna come down for 2 seconds, allow the heel to touch and hover, and then come back up for 2 seconds. You're gonna do 2 sets of 8 to 10 reps per side. And if you're just beginning, find something that's gonna give you even a shorter step down. You can practice this on a stair or even a curb outside. This exercise builds eccentric glute medius endurance and pelvic stability. It prevents a one-sided hip drop with long periods of standing or climbing stairs. If this video made you move better and feel better, please like, share, comment, and subscribe.